Hey, what is going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Got quite a bit to talk about in today's video. Square Enix has added always online DRM to the PC version of Final Fantasy X and X-2 3 years after the game has been released. Now, always online for Final Fantasy X is very weird because this is solely a single-player game. Why is this happening? I don't know. But this was pointed out by somebody over on Restera, and this was actually implemented in an update back on March 7th. It's just catching wind right now, and this is a complete head-scratcher, so we'll talk all about that. Speaking of Final Fantasy 15 just got its story wrapped up with episode Arden. Just want to talk about the status of Square Enix right now and why they are one of the most head-scratching publishers right now. They've been very hit or miss recently, and I'd say more miss than hit. We've also got more details on No Man's Sky's Beyond update. Virtual reality is coming to NMS. This is something that I've wanted for so long. I think No Man's Sky's experience will be significantly enhanced with virtual reality. And when you talk about games that seem tailor-made for VR, No Man's Sky is absolutely one of them. And if you're looking to get into No Man's Sky, after all of the updates the game has experienced and with the impending release of Beyond and virtual reality support, well, there's a great deal on NMS right now on Green Man Gaming, so you can get the game pretty freaking cheap for the rest of the day. That deal expires in just about 20 hours or so. Okay, so here's a little bit of a head scratcher. This was posted on Reddit, and it was originally posted on Restera, but on March 7th, Square Enix put a very weird update out for Final Fantasy X. All they said was this: "Hi everyone, we've been working on fixing some minor bugs and are pleased to report the update is now ready. Thank you for playing Final Fantasy X and X-2 HD Remastered, Square Enix." And then you'll see that a lot of the comments say, "Remove the online-only DRM only, then I will continue playing. The game is not launching because online-only DRM has been quietly added. Square should remove it. Has anyone found a workaround to the game not launching? Game won't launch now. Game won't launch now." Again, literally 2 comments back to back with the same thing, separate users. And you'll also see a lot of negative reviews have been posted. One reviewer said, "Since the update in mid-March 2019, the game keeps crashing a few minutes into gameplay. Extremely frustrating after having spent 20 plus hours playing the game with no problems. Makes the game completely unplayable as you can't get back to a save point before it crashes again. The update also means you can't play offline. Why on earth would Square add this feature to an offline game? Disappointing and a total waste of money." Another user said they decided to add always online DRM 3 years after release. The patch it came in also made most mods incompatible. Pointless. So this makes no sense at all. Final Fantasy X released all the way back at 2016, and obviously the initial game came long before that. So why would you update the game now to add always online DRM? That doesn't make sense at all, and it seems like it has also negatively impacted the game. I don't know what's going on. Square Enix themselves haven't commented on this. Hopefully now that this is catching wind, Square Enix can say something about why they added always online DRM. I don't believe the other Final Fantasy games have this as well. Final Fantasy XII, the Zodiac Age, I believe works pretty well on PC still. Thankfully, I played through the entirety of Final Fantasy X back when it came out on PC. However, this is just very disappointing news, and this is one of those games that, yeah, if it's on sale during a Steam sale, a lot of people would buy, and I'm sure it would create some sort of residual revenue for Square Enix, but not like this. Not while it has online DRM, and why add it 3 years after release? If you were gonna have always online DRM, why not have it from the get-go when the initial sales are gonna be the strongest? Yes, residual revenue for a game can amount to something, but 3 years after the release for a game like Final Fantasy X, it's not like that residual revenue is going to be through the roof, and adding always online DRM is only going to negatively impact that. I don't know why this is happening, especially because the people that bought this game 3 years ago, or whatever the case may be, ever since its release before this added update, now they're just completely screwed out of playing the game. Again, I'll keep you guys updated on this, but hopefully Square Enix remedies this. And Square Enix has just been one of the most disappointing publishers in recent memory. After the release of games like Left Alive, Just Cause 4, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, Final Fantasy 15, and we'll talk about that briefly in a little bit, it's just been a lot of failures after failures. There have been some highlights, like Dragon Quest 11 was very good, Final Fantasy 14 has been a rather compelling experience, Kingdom Hearts 3 was okay, but for the most part, it's been a lot of disappointments from Square Enix. I really hope at some point they can turn the ship around like Capcom did. Capcom was also muddy for quite a while, but look at them recently, they've really turned that ship around. Square Enix has been muddy for a much longer period of time, but hopefully at some point we can go back to the glory days. The glory days of where Square was one of the most incredible publishers in the entirety of gaming. Nowadays, they're seemingly a shell of their former self, and that hurts me to say because Square Enix used to be one of my favorite publishers, or before the merger with Square Enix, Square themselves, I loved what they put out, but they are just going down the crapper right now, and that brings me to Final Fantasy 15's experience being wrapped up with Episode Arden. That's been released. It's available for $10 and it's actually being received very, very well, but now the Final Fantasy 15 experience has wrapped up, and that was obviously one of the biggest financial turmoils for Square Enix given that game's lengthy development time. It did come over to PC, it was a decent version on PC, and the PC version is probably what we should have gotten on consoles from the get-go. The DLC for that game was just a head-scratcher. It was just so poorly implemented where they took party characters out of your party for a little bit out of nowhere, and that was the DLC content. It was just really weirdly done, and it was clear to see that it was just added to make extra revenue. And I can kind of understand with a game of the budget of a Final Fantasy 15 why they would need that extra revenue, but the game itself has also been a little bit of a failure considering there was more DLC planned for the game, but all of that was canceled. There was supposed to be more episodes, and Episode Arden wasn't supposed to be the only extra piece of DLC. There was supposed to be an episode Noctis, an episode Luna Freya, a couple of other episodes, but none of that is coming to fruition, and now the FF15 experience is wrapping up. A little bit bittersweet. It's good to see that Square Enix is going to be able to move on from Final Fantasy 15 after the long development of that game, but it's also a little bit of a bummer because I did think the game had a lot of potential. Unfortunately, from a storytelling standpoint, it was quite a train wreck. And it's just unfortunate that we couldn't see FF15 realized into what it potentially could have been. But now Episode Arden is out. Again, the initial reception to it has been pretty strong, but there you go, FF15's experience has wrapped up. And also, I did want to quickly give you guys a heads up on No Man's Sky Beyond. We got another major update about that. This came from the PlayStation State of Play event yesterday, and that was a pretty terrible event. However, we did get one very interesting announcement pertaining to PC gamers as well. No Man's Sky Beyond is getting a virtual reality update. The No Man's Sky website has an official post on this, and here's what they said. And do remember that they said Beyond was going to be a major expansion, and it was going to have layers to its expansion, and they only announced parts of it. Well, virtual reality is another layer being added, and here's what Hello Games said, quote, "Hello everyone, we're very excited to be able to tell you more about No Man's Sky Beyond, a major free update coming in summer 2019 and the next big chapter in our journey. Beyond is the culmination of several different strands of development. The first component, No Man's Sky Online, was announced a few weeks ago, so that was strand 1. A dramatically updated multiplayer experience means players will be able to explore and play together like never before. Today we're thrilled to announce the next major component of Beyond, No Man's Sky Virtual Reality. As creators of No Man's Sky, we are in love with everything sci-fi. Virtual reality feels like a science fiction become real. It has always seemed like a perfect fit for this futuristic game of ours. I said that from the second No Man's Sky was announced. When I saw this game in action, I was like, man, this game would be incredible in VR. And now, all these years later, that's finally coming to fruition. They continued by saying it's completely unique to land on a world that no one has ever seen before and to really feel as if you're there. And the team has worked so hard to make this a true VR experience rather than a port. Grab the joystick and thruster to fly your starship over an unexplored alien planet as you peer out of the cocktail at the view below. Reach into your backpack to grab your multi-tool, touch it to switch to terrain manipulation, and carve out intricate shapes with an unprecedented control. Play in multiplayer and casually wave to your non-VR friends or fist bump your PSVR peers. Now, they specifically mentioned PlayStation VR in that quote. However, the statement wraps up by saying No Man's Sky Virtual Reality will bring the experience to PlayStation VR and Steam VR and will be released simultaneously on both platforms, so it's coming to PC as well, and I'm very excited about that. No Man's Sky, since what it was back in 2016, it has just gone on to become a better and better experience. And if you've yet to check it out, right now for the next 20 hours or so, No Man's Sky is discounted 54% off on Green Man Gaming down to $27.60. That's a great buy for NMS, and if you're getting hyped up for Beyond and all of the other updates that have already come, I would say give No Man's Sky a look. This is a game that Hello Games is going to remain committed to, and all of these updates are free as well. I forgot to mention that Beyond is a free update. VR is going to be free. No Man's Sky Online is going to be free. Now, it all should be free considering that No Man's Sky at launch was a very disappointing experience, and if you want to win people back over, you need to offer free content, not paid content, so that's what Hello Games is really getting right here. $27.60 for the game is a great buy, and if you are a GMG VIP member, I believe it's a little bit cheaper than that, and you'll get it for like $24, so that's even better. If you've been a GMG account owner for a while, you might have GMG VIP membership as well. I think it's kind of randomly done. I have VIP membership. I honestly don't know how I got it, but nonetheless, I have it, and some of you guys might as well, so you might get it a little bit cheaper. Otherwise, $27.60 is still a great buy for that. And that's gonna conclude this video. Again, I'll keep you guys posted on the Final Fantasy X news. On that game getting always online DRM, the game is a train wreck at this point based on the reviews and what's being said. Square Enix is just not everybody's favorite publisher right now. FF15 episode Arden has also been released, and No Man's Sky, that's a little bit more exciting. Beyond is bringing with it virtual reality support, so that's super, super exciting. I'll leave a link to the GMG deal in the description box as well if you're interested in getting the game a little bit cheaper. That's gonna conclude this video. If you guys have a request for a future video, you can leave that in the comment section down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button, so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.